I was 23 when I first opened Super Taco. And me, I just thought of opening one location, a small shop, and that's it. I never thought of having 5 restaurants like I do now.
And 100 employees.
Yeah, and 100 employees. I mean, so I never, that wasn't the plan. My parents were here in California trying to get a better life for them and the family. So since I was little, I was like, I want to go to a big city. This small town is it's not me. Then finally, when they got all my legal stuff, my green card done, I was so excited. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Because, I love everything about America. It was beautiful. The land of the opportunity, and this is the place where I can conquer my dreams. Now we don't think of going back. We're like, no, this is our home. This is our country, and this is our home.
Awesome.
And then we have to love it, protect it, and support it, in any way we can, because that's what you're supposed to do when you love a country and when you love your home. Every day it's like I'm seeing the sun. I'm in my house. I got my family. The sun is beautiful. So I was like, I got a job.
Gratitude.
So yeah. So I was like, thank you, God, for this. Thank you, life and God, for this day, because sometimes you don't know, if you're going to be around, next month or,
Have you always been religious?
Well, since I was a little kid, my grandma, my mom, she'd been religious, but sometimes, and so they always kept it on me, and they told me, this is the only religion we want you to explore. No other religion. My grandma was like, you got to stay with this.
Catholicism.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my mom too, she was like, so like, okay, I'll try. But at the same time, I was like, I was open.
Sure.
I was like, it's something, a different religion, kind of, being another that is closer to Catholicism.
Huh.
If it touches me and if you feel very strong about it, I probably would switch.
Huh.
But now I don't think so. I don't think so. But
so nothing's touched you the same way as Catholicism.
No. But I think because whatever, I think you can find it there. You don't have to go very far. I mean, just good look at the Bible and just I haven't studied it or gotten into it, so there's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I haven't really explored this, why should I jump in another?
That's a good point.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're just acquiring knowledge, and you've never actually put it into work, so you don't know what's true and what's not true.
It's like you have a book and you never finish it. It's like, okay, how do you know if it was going to work for you?
So do you pray? I imagine, and you probably pray for guidance and, hey,
Yes.
Do you ever hear back from God? How does he talk to you?
I don't think I have never talked to or seen God or talked to God. But I think he does. I think he does send us messages.
Yeah.
Or guidance or messages. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Like messages, you think? Do you experience them through other people or kind of through yourself? Like you get an intuition a little bit.
Through myself. I mean,
that's awesome.
Yeah, you kind of it's like, I knew this. I wasn't supposed to do this. And because the Bible and everything, and I did it, and it was like, and I didn't like it, and it
didn't go well. Yeah,
it didn't go
exactly
well.
what they said would happen.
Yeah. So it didn't go well. I was like, oh.
So, but you had a feeling that you weren't supposed to do it.
Yeah.
And you went against that feeling.
Yes.
See, I think that's that God intuition. It's like a squeeze, kind of in your solar plex, and you can kind of feel it around your heart, and you can ignore that and over and over and over, and it will get suffocated. But I just see people's lives get lost when they're not listening to that feeling. And I'm not necessarily religion, but just I do think we all have intuition, and our society hasn't been trained to use it, but we do have it. Where are you from originally?
I was, from Mexico. I was.
What part?
Yeah, part of Michoacan. Michoacan is central state.
Okay.
About 2 hours from Guadalajara, Jalisco. Jalisco is another state.
Mm-hmm.
We're neighbors. A beautiful state, Jalisco, and Michoacan is beautiful too. It's big, and but the problem is that there's people leave their states or their countries because something major is wrong. Politics. I don't know much about politics, but I don't want to. I don't know much about them, but I think something. Unemployment is kind of a real.
It's high
bad.
there.
I mean, and then now security. There's issues where
Like
there's
cartel
other
stuff.
like something else happened, and so
Yeah.
people is like opportunities.
Not as much
It
there.
has a lot to offer, but when I was growing up, I mean, it was more opportunities. I mean, there was okay to get a job. I mean, what you gonna do? $5-10 a week?
Yeah.
I mean, are you gonna be? Is that something you're looking for when you grow up?
Mm-hmm.
So since I was little, I was like, I wanna go move into. I want to go to a big city. I don't. This small town is not it's not me. I don't like it. Plus, at the time, my parents were they were here in California trying to get a better life for them and the family. So they would leave us with our grandma in a little town down in Michoacan.
So to back up a little bit, do you have siblings? Your mom and dad are there. What was your home environment like?
Yeah, we're a family of 9. 5 girls, 4 boys, and then my mom. So
Wow.
it was a big family.
No kidding.
Big family.
Are you the oldest, youngest, middle?
Third youngest.
Okay.
Third youngest. Yeah, third youngest. And so yeah.
Well, what was that like with all those kids? I mean, was there enough supervision? And I mean, what were you guys getting into?
Yeah, I mean, it was some of us. The oldest would come with my parents to California with a visa, and then which it was very hard to get a visa, a green card. It took years to get. A lot of people say, "How come you don't apply, become legal? What? How come you don't go through the legal system? I don't understand. You're trying to skip the line. You're not doing right. It's not that it takes money and years to get a visa. Even though we're neighbors and we're kind of a family because we're kind of our history is kind of very close.
Yeah.
You're
talking about America and Mexico.
America and Mexico, the relationship should be closer. But so even though we're neighbors and there were some states were part of Mexico and blah 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 politically, I don't know how that worked. I don't know if it was sold or taken. I don't know nothing. I wasn't there. But anyways, at least it should have been easier since you're your neighbor and you guys been working together or dealing together for so long that it should have been easier. But to us, it took us 5, 8, 6, 7 years.
Wow.
No, more like 5 years.
So you understand why people would just do it illegally.
So a lot of people, they just, yes.
I understand too.
Yeah.
I'd do it the first chance I could.
Yeah. And I would not even do it. I would do it to any country. I would find my dream and a better life if it was, what do you call it? It could have been England. It could have been Canada. It could have been France. I didn't care. I'm going to go. And I think human beings supposed to do that. They're supposed to fly and find their dreams anywhere in the world.
How do you think they start with that? Maybe first, how did you start? Did you pick where you wanted to live first? Did you know you wanted to open restaurants? How does one start the path of finding what their dream is?
Since I was very little, I was lacking a little bit of money and buying what I needed, a soda, candy, or whatever. And I noticed that people that had a business, they were buying and selling at the same time. They would have supplies. They would have merchandise in their store, little stores, home and pop stores. And I was like, man, I want to be a businessman when I grow up. I want to have my own business.
Yeah, I want stuff.
I want to do that. And then sometimes they go on vacation. I've never been on a vacation. So I was about 4 or 5 years old when I was thinking that way.
Wow, thinking like an adult 6, at 4 and 5 and 6.
I was already going through some heavy stuff in life.
Like what?
Teachings, I mean, the way money worked, the way family, the way if you're not close to your family, somebody's not watching you, your mom or dad, things could happen.
Okay.
Things could happen. So So it taught me, you can get bullied. Somebody can beat you up, use you in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So when, your mom and dad are not around very close to you, so I went through that and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Then I spent many years. So I would go to a river in my little town and think, and I think I was on depression or close to falling into a depression.
Oh, wow.
That I would look at the far away, valley or the mountains, and I go, oh, that's where my family is. That's where my mom and dad is. I would love to go. And I would see a small plane going through that. I was like, that's probably the U.S. on the other side of that valley or that mountains.
And your parents were already there?
They were in California, and I was in that little town in Michoacan.
Who was watching you?
My older brothers, my older sisters, and my aunt.
Wow.
And my grandma. My grandma was staying all the time. Beautiful, great lady, a lot of knowledge. And then my aunt, she was like a man. I mean, handling all the guy stuff from the house because there were no men, adults in the house. So there were about 4 or 5 of us living with our grandma. Nice house, we would eat good, but at the end of the day, we were still missing a little bit of, who's going to buy you the soda? Who's going to buy you the candy? Mm-hmm. And it's so important to give that kid love, your family love, attention, and because
and guidance,
and the needs and guidance. And then I would love to have a burger right now. I would love to have a taco. I would love. Okay, maybe Friday I can get it for you. I don't have the money right now, but Friday I'll buy you a pop and a piece of bread.
Yeah,
things
and
like
you
that
didn't
were
have
missing.
that.
I kind of didn't have that. I was eating good, good, nice house, eating my 3 meals, great. Different menu was great, beautiful, homemade. Everything was homemade, but I was still missing, my the love of my mom and dad.
Of course,
they weren't around. They were fighting for their dream in California, working in the farms, in the fields, picking peaches, picking apples, olives.
Was the plan to bring you guys over?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah, so they started. They put in all the paperwork through the American embassy. So you go through, you put in your application, and then you just check and wait for a mail, and then
tell me about that. So I'm not familiar with that process. So you basically, okay, I want to go to America. You have to go to the embassy and then fill out. What does it look like once you get to the embassy and you say, I want to go to America?
Well, you say you go there, you take your family, whoever needs a green card or a visa, and then you just say, I would like to apply for my kids and me to get a visa or a green card. And then they go, okay, so you fill out all this paperwork, and then you get interviews.
Okay.
And it takes months and years, interviews and paperwork.
They go on the whole time.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do they ask? Are they trying to figure out what you're going to do over here?
Yeah, they ask, what are you going to do? I was like, I'll just work. I want a better life. I go, and then I remember one worker from the rep from the embassy told us, this is a beautiful country, Mexico. What do you want to do in the U.S.? What? I was like, yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful country, beautiful weather, but there's no opportunities. I mean, you're getting paid $5-10, something like that. I'm not sure.
So hard work alone won't get you to a better life in Mexico because there's no opportunity.
Yes, only the rich and the middle class kind of survive.
That's unique to America. Yeah. If you come here and you work hard, for the most part, you're going to build a better life. And, there's situations where that doesn't apply. But in general, I think we're kind of the coolest country for that.
Yeah.
If you're willing to work, you're going to progress yourself. It sounds like that wasn't there.
Yeah, no. Here, you got beautiful schools that we don't appreciate a lot of times. I remember the first time when I finally came, I was dreaming of coming here. I was like, I came here when I was months old, but they took me back because of my visa. They left me over there, and maybe because I was a baby, a months old, and they took me back. It's like, I have to work, so maybe that way I don't have to worry about our babysitter. Okay. So they left me with my older sisters and my grandma, and then finally, when they got all my legal stuff, my green card done, I was so excited.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I even remember we drove back and I got on the truck, GMC truck green that my dad had. And I got on the back of the truck. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's hit the road. Let's get out of here. So I was very excited to leave so even though I loved it, I was born there, my grandma and all, but there was no opportunity. I see that it wasn't for me.
How old were you when you left?
7, 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Already excited.
Yeah.
That's and you knew you were going to come to California?
Yes.
What were you
to
going
the
to
northern part of California, in Greeley, California, by Live Oak and Yuba City.
Yeah.
By the way, I love that area. I just love it. It's just that's like my first home or my second home. I don't know.
Wow.
But it means so much to me. The people, the town, everything about it. And I remember the first time I got there, I thought it was in heaven. It was like, oh my God, it's so green, beautiful trees, beautiful lawns. The schools are beautiful. Lunch they feed you. Here they feed you. They treat you with respect. The classrooms, they got AC, they got heaters. They give you a cookie, they give you punch on Thanksgiving, on Christmas. I go, I can't. I was so excited. I was just, but no, I didn't know English. So that was tough. I didn't know English. It was like very hard. I wanted to learn. I wanted to blend in real hard. I wanted to be friends with John or Trevor or whoever. I wanted to blend in. Steve. Brian.
There you go.
And then Brian had a beautiful house, beautiful car. And I was like, I want to be their friend at least, man, or play with them. Because I love everything about America. Everything. It was beautiful. The land of the opportunity, and this is the place where I can conquer my dreams. And so when I got there, and then my parents would take me out of school, which I hated it. They would go back to Mexico trying to build a house. They were in their mind at that time. I don't think Americans. I think they changed their mind now. But before they would say, I'm just going to go to America, work real hard, get an honest job, whatever I have to do, and go back. That was the plan for many years for Mexican Americans. But then I think now, since about my what do you call it? My generation. They're like, no, we're not going back. This is too beautiful, and we're already American. We're like,
that's right.
I love this, and when I go over there, I miss hamburgers. I miss burgers.
I miss Brian.
I miss Brian. I miss the schools. I miss everything.
The cookies and the lunches.
My town, my home. I miss that. So I think now we don't think of going back. We're like, no, this is our home. This is our country, and this is our home.
Awesome.
And then we have to love it, protect it, and support it. In any way we can, because that's what you're supposed to do when you love a country and when you love your home. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're supposed to do. And sometimes, because for my parents, they were thinking of going back. Oh yeah. So we built a huge home, half a block big.
In Mexico?
In Mexico. Huge, big. It took years to finish it. Finally, now is there. Nobody lives there.
Oh, wow.
It's alone. There's so many homes over there. You go to different towns, and they got this giant, massive homes.
And they're over here.
And they're not there. They're empty.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And now because of the political and the things that are going on, it's not very stable now. Hopefully it'll change for everyone.
It's not very safe.
And be peaceful, peace and love, more peace and love, and security. And I think people would maybe go back, but even though I think this is our new country. This is our new country because I think it always been our country. I think we were always part of the U.S. Since the U.S. started, even since before, we always been part of this.
Yeah.
We always been family,
Yeah.
or your neighbor,
Yeah. So what
like
were
it
your
or not.
Yeah. What were your teenage years like over here?
Oh yeah.
What
So
was high school like?
yeah, high school was beautiful. I mean, I would enjoy every day, and but they would take me out. You know, they would put me in school, and then maybe I would on vacations. I would work in the farms and the fields, in Woodland or Dixon, Yuba City. Hard work, very hard work, and I used to hate it. Low paying job, but still I love it. I would do it again.
Really?
For the pay, if I had to just to be here and get this opportunity, I would do it again. I mean, anytime.
That's awesome.
So I would, my first years that I was in and out, so it was taking me a long time to learn English. It was taking me so long. I was getting anxious. I was like, man, I would ask my friends, how long did it take you to learn English? Because I would love to blend in. I would love to communicate better, And it was tough. I mean, you would every day, you kind of you're kind of like it's hurting you. It just every day it just
where does it have the biggest? Where is it the hardest when you don't know socially, or is it interacting with businesses? Where does it show up the most as a problem?
I think as a kid, for me, was school. Doing my homework, doing my reading. Communicating with my teachers. Not not telling my friend Brian or trying to become closer to him and say, man, my name is Julian, man. I think you're a great player. Can you show me how to play this or whatever? I think you're great. Maybe like me so I can be your friend.
Yeah.
and then, but we have the communication. You gotta have a communication.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I can't wait to learn English. But I was having problems because my parents would. Well, I mean, I love my parents. They did their best, and they thank God for them that they fought for our dreams, and they brought us here. It wasn't pretty. I mean, it wasn't. They would take me. I used to hate it when they used to take me out, and maybe on vacation they used to take me to work in the fields. But that I was being taught a lesson of life, hard work. Hard work, and this is how you earn your honest money. And any work is great.
Yeah.
Any great. It doesn't matter how hard it is or how much little you get paid. It's something beautiful. What do you call it? It's something special. Your work is
sacred.
It's sacred. Yeah, that's what work is sacred. Don't abuse it. Don't try to do your best, because having a job pays you the rent, your car, food. It feeds your family. I mean, what else can you ask?
Yeah,
I mean,
be grateful.
It's beautiful. Be grateful every day, because I mean, any job, even a low paying job, is beautiful. You gotta appreciate it.
Yeah,
that's what I learned. It matters is not how much you make, it's how you save money and what you do with it. That's what it counts. Sometimes we think, well, when I make big money, when I make a big salary, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be happier. Not really. I don't think so. If it matters what you do with it, any kind of salary, any kind of pain. What matters is your home, your family, your wife, your kids, and life. And that's what those. As long as you can feed them and have a happy wife and happy kids, we all get along. We love each other. That's the main thing. The money and big salaries, that's secondary.
Yeah,
that's secondary. Yeah.
So how did you get to Super Taco? Tell me about that.
Yeah, and then I would move around a lot. Pick apples in Washington, go pick bell peppers in Hollister, and then from there, but there's always that dream. I'm going to go to the city. I'm going to go to Sacramento, LA, to find my dream. I think one day I'm going to have a business, a better job. And I don't want to work in the fields or the farms, even though I think they were a big foundation. I think the farms and the fields gave me a lot of the foundation that I needed to go on in life. All that hard work. 110 degrees, you're out there in the fields working, or it's very cold, or or having a 50 pounds of apples or peaches on your back for 8 hours.
Dang.
And when you're very little or older, whatever,
anyone, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yes. And so after that, I was like, yeah, but there's a better, so I'm going to go to the city, find a better life, a better job. So when I go, it's going to be LA or Sacramento, and then I try to stay in LA, and then at that time I asked I tried to look for a job in LA. I asked for help with my family members, and they said, no, right now there's no work. I mean, I don't see, I don't think you can find a job very soon. So I go, okay. So at that time I had no money. I ran out of money when I got to LA. I was coming down from Mexico. And then I had a bad situation in Tijuana on my way over here.
I've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I ended up in jail for trying to cross the border with the other people that I was. So the Mexican cops were acting as border patrols in your own country. So they took us in jail. I told them, sir, I'm a student. I'm a U.S. citizen. I try to say that I was kind of American. I'm here just for a vacation, and everything's kind of what's the problem? And he was like, "No, kid, no, don't worry. In 1 hour, 2 hours, you'll be okay. Your friends they'll probably be there longer, but you're gonna be okay." I go, "Yeah, because I'm a student from the U.S." Mm-hmm. And that didn't work.
Oh no!
So they had me there for 5-6 days. In jail.
Wow.
It was a very I used all my money. I somehow
to try to bribe them and stuff.
Yeah, and then on food, I was buying my food for me and for others, and then I gave some of the money to a guy that was trying to maybe help us get out of jail. Mm-hmm. And then once I got out of jail, we all did the cops stopped us about a block away. They stopped us again. And I told, "Oh, sir, I only got $60 left, man. Can you please just give me enough to get to LA? And you can keep the rest of my money. Please, let us go." And then I go, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. So I give him, and then so after that, I look for the nearest taxi, a cab. And go, take me to the border, take me to the U.S.
Okay. So they let you keep enough to get there?
Yeah. So I got enough to get to L.A. Then from there, I try to get a job. And so I told my relatives, hey, I'm not going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
I can't leave your house unless you let me borrow $100 to get to Sacramento.
Wow.
Please let me borrow $100 so I can get to Sacramento. And to my uncle, I got an Uncle Mike Guzman. He's one of my, great uncles that helped me. Mm. My mom's brother. That he lived here in Sacramento for years, and he's the one that say, "Yeah, come over. I can help you out." So my relatives in L.A. Let me borrow the $100, and he's probably thought in his mind he was like, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to see this $150 again." But I was like, "No. I mean, if you let me borrow, I'll pay you back." So, anyways, he let me borrow the money. I got into the Greyhound and the bus in L.A. and came to Sacramento, and then from there, and I go, okay, it's going to be Sacramento. It's going to be my life it's going to be my home forever. I don't want to move. I don't want to. I moved a lot when I was little, when I was growing up, and it wasn't a great thing because it's like you can't plant your roots. It's like a tree that if you plant a tree, and if you keep moving that tree or that plant, it's never going to lay down the roots. It's not going to grow. It's not going to do anything.
What was that like? You just don't feel secure, or how does that feel?
Well,
I didn't move a lot, so I don't understand.
Oh, when you move, we used to move.
I've heard this a lot from people.
States.
Yeah,
we were migrant workers.
Okay,
farmers that we used to move to. Pick because all in the seasons when when the apple's ready, you go to pick the apple, or before that, you go over there and thin it out. That way it can grow. So there's different seasons for an apple tree or a peach tree. Mm-hmm. So I go, I'm not going to move ever again. With my parents used to move, or take me back to Mexico. Once I get to Sacramento, is going to be, I'm not going to move. I'm going to live there. I'm going to raise my kids, my family. I'm going to get married. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm still, thank God, I'm still here. And so when I got here to Sacramento, I couldn't find a job. And I even paid an agency to find me a job. I couldn't find a job. So finally, through the help of my Uncle Mike Guzman, his son was one. Oh, no, before that, I was working at a lumber yard on 14th and Power Inn. And that was very hard. I mean, that was in the sun, hard work. We were making it was wood for fences. It was a fence company. And then after that, I'm going to get a job with my cousin over there on Orange, what do you call that? Orange, by Watt Avenue and 80.
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay,
Orange.
yeah.
So and then I got me a job there. So from the lumber yard, I went to work at a warehouse with my cousin. Thank God he gave me a job. The company where he was working, and he was the supervisor there, Bob Guzman. That's his name. And then so I lasted there for 5 years. But before that, I was like, I think I'm getting ready. I was 23 when I first opened Super Taco.
Wow.
But I was thinking, my dream and my thoughts and my plans were before that. I was planning. I was waiting. So I was saving money. I had okay, what is it going to be? It's going to be a restaurant. It's going to be
a truck,
auto parts, or what's going to be? Selling. But I knew it. I don't care. I just want to be self-employed. I want to have my own company because I see that. I don't think by working by someone else. Well, it depends what kind of job it is. I would do warehouse work. I mean, it's not the same as working for being an engineer or a technical technician or whatever. So I was on the lowest you could find. I mean, the lowest, what do you call that? Levels of employment.
Totem pole? I know what you're talking about.
The
hierarchy.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. And so I was like, I gotta open a business. And then my sisters were working for a company, and they were doing real good. They were learning a lot. They knew how to run the back of the restaurant, the front of the restaurant. It was a real small restaurant, maybe about 14 square feet restaurant. Wow. 1,400 square feet restaurant.
Okay.
But they used to do good business, and they were so I was like, you know what? I think, and plus a lot of Americans, or a lot of migrant Mexicans, they had businesses, and they all were restaurants, a lot of restaurants, and a lot of carnicerias, which is a meat shop. So I was like, well, I'm not a meat guy for sure. I'm not a butcher or a meat guy, so I don't have no. So I think I love food, and I think it's going to be a restaurant for a long time. I think my only I think the business that is closer that I can maybe get into is a restaurant. So, and then my sisters were working there. I go, okay. So I told them, hey, if I open a restaurant, will you guys help me? Will you guys be my partners? And they agreed. They go, yeah, let us know. And so I go, okay. And then so I got me a loan, a Golden One over there on Freeport, still there, I think. Freeport and Florin. Went over there. We put down our family home. I was one of the owners, and my two sisters were
as collateral for the loan.
Collateral to open the first Super Taco.
How much was the loan?
The loan was $17,000.
17?
$17,000,
wow.
And then, but I already had. I always been good on saving money. I mean, because that's the only way I see that. Save money and then hold on to, even if you feel that you want to buy a brand new car or you want to buy clothes and eat at a, spend money on the weekend, and I was like, I can't do that.
Wow.
So my main thing was save. And I would go out on a low budget, basically. Huh. So I had a lot of money saved up. I had about 20,000, 30,000 saved up.
Wow.
And I was making.
Good for you. That's impressive.
And I was, only making $6-7 an hour.
Damn.
Yeah. And then with that salary, that's why I'm telling you, I mean, when you want something,
that's crazy.
Anybody can do it. And it doesn't matter the salary. That's what I tell people.
What do you think the key was? How did you possibly save that much money?
Yeah,
that age.
The key was just my budget was maybe 50 cents to spend gas money, get to work, don't miss a day on work, don't miss not even a day.
Okay.
When you miss a day, you're getting paid for it. You use your vacation time. That was kind of my secret. Use whatever the company offered me, a sick leave or vacation time. That's the only time I would take off. I would never take because I didn't want my check. Because I go, at the end of the day, if I miss a day or two, who's going to pay? I mean, who's going to be short on money? Me. It's not the company. I mean, they can get another employee to replace me, but my check is already very little. So if I miss a day or two, it's going to be even smaller. So that was my way of thinking since I was very little. So I would not miss a day.
Sounds like you made a budget.
Yes.
So you made a very strict budget and you just didn't break it.
Yes.
Wow.
So I kept that for years. So I would spend, I'll say about 50 cents. I would bring my own lunch to work. And then that was one of my secrets. And then the only 50 cents I would spend, it was on a Pepsi machine, on the soda machine. Or else to get my soda pop nice and cold. Because I don't like, when it's not very cold, I don't enjoy it. So it was the 50 cents for my soda. And that was it. And the gas money. And I would do my own lunch. My own lunch came from leftovers from the day before.
Okay.
So my mom would pack that up. Or when my mom wasn't around, I would do it myself.
What about fun? Did you do any, spend money for fun or buy nice clothes or anything? Or just skip all that? Oh, you did?
No,
Good.
I did. I would go shopping every 6 months.
Okay.
Maybe every 6 months or a year, I would go to the mall, Florin Mall, when it was around on a Florin Road, or it was Sunrise Mall where I would shop. So I would just buy whatever I liked, But it was every 6 months. I would not go to the mall very often.
Okay,
that's for sure.
All right.
But then always whatever I would only buy things that really caught my attention or felt something for that. A nice jacket or a nice sweatpants, nice a t-shirt or a shirt, dress shirt. I would only buy it if it would fit me, first of all. And then if it kind of looked good on me and if I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, you had an emotional connection.
Yeah, if I had some connection, that was the only time I would buy things.
Yeah. Sorry, I derailed you. So you got the loan. That's amazing. You saved that much money on that little of income. And so you were 23, you got the loan for $17,000. You had your own money saved.
Yeah.
Did you know it? Yeah, tell me, start there.
And then from there, I got that loan, and then so I was like, okay, before that, I looked for a spot to sign a lease with. Where am I going to open the business? So I found by where I lived, where we used to live on Mac Road. It was LC. Mac Road turns to LC once you cross 99. So I found a shopping center, Valley Max Shopping Center, and there was an empty spot. There used to be a deli, Jake's Deli. And then I actually, years later, I got to meet that original owner. I go, thank you for leaving me that spot. Thanks to you, I built Super Taco on that.
Yeah.
So he left tables, chairs, the layout was there, but there was no hood system because it used to be a deli. So I was like, that was where all my money went, basically permits and
for the hood
and the hood system.
Okay, that's so funny. So Taro arrived from Makuni. He talked about the hood system too. It's this expensive thing. He didn't really know what to do. He got taken advantage of. And so that's interesting that you ran into the same issues with this hood.
The hood system, that's the main part of a restaurant.
Thing, huh? Okay.
That's the main thing, That's the most expensive and harder and the main thing. If a restaurant you want to move into, for anybody who wants to open their business, make sure there's a hood system.
Okay.
And with that, tables and chairs, you can easily buy them. And a paint job, you can do yourself.
Yeah.
And find some chairs and tables, used ones, or somebody will give it to you, or used ones are very cheap. You go in there and get some used furniture, put a paint on the walls, and as long as you have a hood system, and there it is. There's your business. Okay. You can start with a good menu, with a good, with passion, with all out. You put in everything, all your time and money in there, and then you probably got a good chance of making it. But anyways, once I got the loan, I found a spot It was a deli. Going back to how I opened, Super Taco started. I found this spot, and then I go, okay, this is the spot. It's small, it's good. So I called the landlord. I go, hey, I would like to talk to you about a lease. I would like to sign it. I go, yeah, sure, let's talk. And no experience, 23 years old, but I go, I got to do it. I mean, I should have gotten some little bit of maybe. I should have hired somebody to help me negotiate the lease.
Consultant or something. Oh, okay.
Consultant.
Legal.
Or somebody that had experience doing leases. Because sometimes you could take it, the landlord would take advantage of you if you're not careful. That time, my deal wasn't that bad. I mean, I think it was not. It was average. It wasn't that bad. But I think you do better when you find the right person to help you. Negotiate a lease. It's very important, guys. Whoever wants to open a restaurant or a business, make sure you find the right people to help you, professionals to help you do the lease.
Lawyers and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Because it takes, that's where most of the money, a big chunk of your sales are going to go to the lease, So just that good, that advice I'd give it to any future, business people. But and then going back to my story, I opened I found the spot. I signed a lease, and I go, okay, the name. What kind of name what am I going to name this place? And then I noticed that a lot of my Latino or Hispanic or Mexican my people was they would name their names. They would put their last name or name of the town, but it was kind of hard to say or to remember. How is the customer? I gotta find a name that connects with the customer that is easy to remember. I go, what am I gonna do? It has to be an easy game because a lot of times we put for the people that is listening, try to find names that people will remember and they stick to you, that hard names to say something. People, they're going to not even remember the name because it was so hard to say, especially if it's not American or English name, So I said, I'm going to call it Super Taco. And then in Spanish is Super Taco. So I was like, in both ways, you can say it easy. Super Taco. So I made this, which I'm going to bring it back. I did like a mascot or a little taco with a cape, which I'll probably bring it back or bring another one back in the near future, where I just created a taco with a cape and, just to connect with the name, Super Taco, So that's what I called Super. I go, well, how come you call it Super Taco? I go, and I just thought of opening one location, a small shop, and that's it. I never thought of having 5 restaurants like I do now.
And 100 employees.
and 100 employees. So I never, that wasn't the plan. But anyways, and then, so I found the name. And then no experience, but just my sisters and my 2 sisters, Ileana and Maria, with a lot of great people, beautiful sisters, and with a lot of very smart, hardworking people, honest. And thanks to them, with their support, they helped me create that dream, the Super Taco. And the first 3 years, 4 years was very hard. No customers. That's what we in we do our best to take care of our customer and to really appreciate our customers, because you gotta love your customer and treat them right every day, every time, because they're the ones that are gonna make you or break you.
Yeah.
They're gonna make you successful or not successful. They're gonna get you a vacation or no vacation. So it depends on how you treat your customers and what kind of food, what kind of was the quality and the quality of
good food.
Of good food. The good food that you're going to give them, And then, so customer first, And then, so for the first 4 years was rough. It was tough. Working from 9 to 9.
Wow.
Getting like only 2 days off a month. And so it was tough. I was getting tired. For
years like that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
For years I did that. Maybe not getting even paid. And then I would tell my sisters, well, as long as you guys because they had more bills than I did, being a woman and girls.
Sure.
They're young, single.
Yeah.
So they had, new car,
Nails,
new trucks, and nails, hairs, and visa, and going to the mall. And so their visas were their bills were a lot higher than me. But, I don't care. I go, as long as you guys cover your bills, me, I got no bills, because I always paid everything cash. Everything paid in everything cash. I didn't really care about Visa or credit.
Yeah.
Credit is usually is bad, especially when you don't know how to control it.
Yeah.
So you can really get in trouble. So be careful with credit
cards,
people, with credit
lines
cards.
of credit. Yeah.
Don't recommend them, and then only on emergencies. But anyways, and then I got married, and then. I married
Did you get
wife.
married during that first few years when there wasn't money and things were really hard? You did?
Yes.
Wow. So she's a good woman. She loves you.
Yes.
I love that.
Stuck, she, right away, I opened in 91 and we got married in 94.
Okay.
We got married in 94 but right away, she would help me a lot of times. And she was working for Sam's Club and Jack in the Box and going to school, trying to get ahead, going to Sac City. Mm-hmm. But it was real hard. She was having a hard time, and plus helping me. And then later on, I go, well, okay. And then we got married, and after we got married, I go, well, now you don't have to quit your jobs. You just come and work with us. Mm-hmm. We need your help. You're smart. You're a hard worker. I love you. I mean, you're my wife now. So she goes, yeah. I mean, I got no problem with that. So she was my wife. She was another big pillar from Super Taco. She was smart, hardworking, disciplined. That's where my sons get a lot of discipline from my wife. And then the employees loved her and respected her because she would get dirty. I mean, she would. Okay. They knew the way she worked.
So the stuff she's asking them to do, they know she's doing it too.
Yeah, she can do it better.
So she had respect.
The same or better, And she would not. She wasn't very bossy. She would always likes to, do it herself. But only when she needed help, she would ask for help. But so the employees would see that she was a leader, strong leader and not abusive, not overdoing her, abusing her power,
sure,
being the owner. So after the 3-4 years, we're like, you know what? I told my wife, I'm going to quit. There's no money, very little money, and I think we got to sell the business. And she said, yeah, let's do it. So and then I go, okay, it's going to be 20-something thousand, 28 or 23,000, and then we found a buyer. And thank God the buyer was, his name was Jose. He was kind of slow by making the purchase. He was taking his time, analyzing the area, analyzing the business. Sometimes it's better not to wait too long when you're going to buy a business. Don't think about it too much because you might lose an opportunity like he did. Because me and then we changed our mind. I told my wife, and then my wife goes, look, wait a minute. I made, because she was like an accountant. She would take care of the bills and everything. She was like, Julian, if we sell the business, I don't think we can make the house payment, car payments, and everything else. I was like, I don't think we can go and work for $7-8 an hour and cover our bills. And I was like, are you sure about that? She was like, because she was the one that would do the books with the accountant and then with the bookkeeper and her. And I go, okay, I'm going to cancel the sale. I'm going to cancel. I'm tired and all that stuff, but if you say we're not going to make the bills, my house, the house is everything for me. I already had 2 kids or 1 kid, and we need a home. We need, so I'm not going to be, to have a home is everything to me. That's like your sacred cave. It's like your sacred heaven. Having your own house.
Definitely.
If you rent or you're buying, but.
Yeah. Especially you moved a lot. This is something you really wanted.
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose your home.
And she used to, even my wife too, she was kind of moved around a lot too. When she was from LA, she was born in LA, moved to Santa Cruz, moved to Yuba City. So and in LA, even over there, she moved a lot too. So she was tired of moving too, So she was like, So I told her, okay, hey, Jose, so I called the buyer. I go, Jose, I can't, I got to cancel the sale. I don't have no deposit. We haven't signed any contract. We don't have a contract or nothing. You never gave me a deposit. And I'm very sorry, but I can't, I'm going to change my mind. So I cancel the sale. And then after that, but I said, you know what? But I'm going to do some changes. So that's very important. Once things are not going your way, you got to make some changes. Really think about it. You got to try something different. Because if you don't make changes, nothing changes, like they say. If you don't make changes in your life, nothing changes, right? I mean, that's
true.
There's so it's like, so I said, so what I did, I relaxed more. I took my time and I cut down my hours, took more time off, and I would just, leave around three every day, get to work after the 4th year, I think I would get to work at 11, and leave at 2 or 3. And before that, of course, I had to get, maybe buy supplies, maybe buy coffee. We run out of oil or fries or tortillas. So I would go, that time I would go deposit, go to the bank. So whenever I wasn't in the restaurant, I would still do some, minor chores that, go to the bank, go buy oil or go buy something or personal. But I won't, and then once I would do that, I would go home with my wife and kids, play, fix dinner, and I wanted that, I wanted to be with my kids and my wife. That was like very important to me, and so I would help my wife cook. I go, if I help her, everything's gonna be done quicker, and she's gonna be happier, and so we would eat dinner and then go out and play basketball, and so that was every day. So it was great. Yeah. I got to spend. So that worked out. After I relaxed and spent more time with my family, worked less, took my time, relaxed. Sales started going up. Probably the economy too, and then people started noticing me more. As we started getting more fame, popular in the area. Economy got better, so sales were just doubling. It went high. It went up $300, $400, every month, every 2-3 months. So I was like, wow, So that tells you sometimes that when you have a business, you kind of want me to relax and then think, and you have to look outside the box. Sometimes you have to get away from your business and see the business from the outside. Even if you go on vacation, that's the good thing about going on vacation is that you take out your family, you enjoy your family, and they enjoy the vacation, and at the same time you relax, and then you take advantage of this beautiful life, the ocean, the sea, or the ocean, the sun, or being with your family, and then at the same time you can look at the business from far away. From the outside the box, from the outside. So that's like, okay, what changes do I need to make? Am I on the right track, or what can I do better, or how can I help my business do better? So it's great to go on vacation for, like I said, for those things that. So and some people don't like to take time off or spend too much time inside the business, where a lot of times it kind of hurts the business when you're there. When you're just in the business and don't see the business from the outside. How does it look from the outside? Your personal life and in your business, So you have to be always, am I on the right track? What can I do? You always have to analyze that, in your personal life, I think, and in your business and with your family, what can we do better? How can, So after that, man, business started growing, got bigger, and then I go, I think I would like to open another business, open another Super Taco. And then I went ahead and opened another Super Taco, and then we ran into problems where sometimes you trust people too much, the contractors. You got to be careful with the contractors. Some are great, some are bad, and some are okay. So you're always going to be. Who
did you get ripped off?
Yeah, I got ripped off at my Actually, it was on the I don't know if it was the second or third location. I got ripped off, and that almost bankrupted me. That almost, I mean, it was so close of.
What happened?
He kind of ripped me off, so I ran out of money. Mm-hmm. I was working on a loan. I was doing 2 restaurants at the same time. I was relocating the first Super Taco to a bigger place, and I was at the same time I was opening a location on Calvine, Egg Roll Foreign in Calvine in Sacramento, and then I hired the same contractor for both jobs. So he tried to rip me off. He ripped me off on both jobs. Even though I gave him work, I gave him a job, I gave him an opportunity for work, and he just took advantage of me. He kind of took me on like $50,000.
Oh wow! More. Just overcharging you on stuff. And
no, I gave him a deposit. And I think that's kind of normal what they do. The ones that want to rip you off, they ask you for a big deposit to buy the walk-in cooler, the hood system. Mm-hmm. So they go, hey, I can't order it if you don't give me them, So you're kind of in stuck. You're like, well, you want to move on faster or on time. I need a deposit to order the hood system, the walk-in fridge, and other equipment from the kitchen, and that's where they get you, And so I gave him a big deposit. It was about $50,000, and then after that, he never. I don't know if he ordered, and after that, he didn't show up, and he didn't want to. He just disappeared. Wow. So he took my money, and then, so thank God I had 2 cars that they were paid off, plus I had a loan, and so
did you try to find him or anything?
So not really. I tried to sue him. I went through the contractor license. I went through the labor board, and then I think, I don't know if I tried to get an attorney, but then the attorney goes, "You're not going to make, it's not worth it." So I was hurt. I felt like, like is this guy going to get away with it? I feel horrible and then I was like, you know what? I think it's better. I was like, I would like to slap him. I would like to, punch him,
Yeah.
But then what is that going to do, And I go, you know what? Let's forget about it. I mean, forget about what happened. Just be more careful in the future.
Wow.
And just keep on fighting and
keep working.
Keep working. Mm. Yeah. And then just forget about your bad experience, your bad move, what happened. And then so I sold my cars. I sold whatever I had to open those locations. They were already halfway.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you started working on new locations, got ripped off all your money. So then you started selling things to finish the location.
Yeah, my personal stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And plus with a loan.
Yeah.
And then I got a mortgage, I got a second loan on the house, on my house that I was. And so I ran out after that. And then I made it. I opened both locations, and thank God to my customers and the community, in Sacramento, in my area, that since the beginning, it was just, they started working. They started supporting itself, at least. That's why you want in a business the first, year or two to at least pay the bills, pay the employee, pay your lease, pay your supplies, and thank God that, it happened. Then after that, I moved on. It was doing great. And then so I opened another location. I go, okay, after my third, I don't think I wanted to open more locations. I was like, this is getting too big for me. I need more. We need a better team. I think we're missing pieces of the puzzle. Basically, we need more professional help. We need professional help. People with experience to come in and help me with a business. Maybe managers with a lot of experience that worked in restaurants before. So, and I don't want to grow. But then this gentleman came to Mac Road where I was working. I go, hey, Julian, I got an offer for you. I got 5 restaurants for sale, and I'll sell you the real estate. And I was like, well, sounds real good. I kind of want to, and I'll give you the loan. It'll be owner. It'll be seller, lender. Or what do you call that? Center.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
But where he was going to finance the purchase.
Wow.
This gentleman, and I said, okay, let me look at one. But I don't want to grow. I don't have the systems. I don't have the team to open more locations. And that you got to be careful on that. I think when you want to grow in a business, you want to grow, but do it the right way. Be ready. If you're going to open more businesses, be ready for the team, the expertise, the systems. Otherwise, don't do it, because you'll be just spending, and it'll be just more work, and more headaches and more stress. So you want to grow the right way. Don't grow too fast, and unless you're ready, with the team and the systems, and like I said, and then but anyways, going back to that gentleman, they said, hey, why don't you open your third or fourth? I don't know if it was my third or fourth location. Maybe it was my fourth location. And he said, I go, okay, I'll look at it. And then when I went over there to see it on Franklin and Florin, I go, okay, I really like it. It got a lot of potential. Yeah, let's buy it. I'll buy it from you. And then he goes, yeah, I'll finance the land, the real estate, and everything. You can have whatever's inside the building. I go, okay. So we signed. We went through through a title company, and we bought well, we're still paying for the building up to this day. But so that's how I ended up with my fourth. And then the fifth, it was another thing that, it's close to my house, small investment, let's do it. And I didn't want to grow it. We did it anyways. But what I recommend is not, don't grow. Don't try to what do you call it? Do too much if you're not ready.
Yeah.
Yes. And then my wife, all that time, she was there. She helped me build the business. But now she's like, I don't want to put in a lot of time. I want to kind of retire and relax more, because having a business is kind of very
for sure,
very tough, and it's kind of takes it's stressful. A lot of you got to be thinking of many things every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow. So what are you excited about now in life? What are you looking at the next phase? Maybe right now, maybe hopefully my sons can take over the business, or buy me out, or maybe take over the business. And that way I can maybe be, kind of work, but from home, or slow down a little bit.
Slow down, work part-time, and maybe find other business opportunities. Maybe get into real estate. Maybe open, a different model of Super Taco. A different model, different name maybe too. I would, and then try that. But at my own pace. Don't have a good time. Enjoy every day. Just so I'm looking for a new position basically now, and I want to enjoy it more, and I want to be less hands-on in the business. Yeah. More
awesome.
Like work from home, work part-time, have fun. Don't feel under a lot of pressure from managing all those employees and 5 restaurants.
Yeah. What would you say to young men, like life advice, when they're becoming men?
Young people. Just fight for your. Go for your dreams. Find something you like and enjoy, and work on that. Don't be a follower. Don't be a follower. Do your own thing. Take advice. Listen more than what you say. Listen. Always love, respect. Listen to everyone. Good. Always be ready. Always listen to good. Advice. Some is good. Some is not that good. But always listen, and have a dream, and dream every day what you want to do, where you want to be. Because, and then you'll conquer whatever you want to do. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication. You can't just dream and not do anything. You have to dream and take action, every day. You can't just, like I said, don't just say, I want to be a great athlete. I want to have a great business, and don't take no action.
Yeah.
Don't do nothing about it. No, you got to listen to people. You got to talk to people. You got to follow those people that are in that, what your dream is about. Listen to them. Get close to your dreams. Get close to whatever you want to do in life.
Mm-hmm.
From far away, you're not going to it's not going to happen. From far away and not taking action is not going to happen.
No.
But I think everything's possible. You can do whatever you want in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want in life, you can do it. You can do it, but it just takes hard work, dedication, and taking advice, and be humble. Don't think you're a big shot. I mean, love everyone, respect everyone. And then keep God with you. Read the Bible. Always keep God in your heart and in your mind, and then because He'll teach us, how to run a business, how to be a better person. So always keep God in your heart and in your mind. Yeah, that would be my advice. And anything's possible. You can do it. You can do it. And, anybody. I mean, because, it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, you're going through problems. You're going through, in life right now. But it'll get better. But you have to take action. But you gotta, if you're not happy where you are, you gotta move on. Look, find a different road, different path.
Yeah.
Get a job, work hard, go to school, find a place to stay, and do good to people. And don't burn people, don't gain trust with people. Your landlord, your boss, your friend, your family. Make them trust you. Mm-hmm. If you do the wrong thing, if they don't trust you, how are you gonna? You're not going to get nowhere. You can't. Nobody's going to lend you a car. Nobody was going to want to lend you a hand or let you stay at their home if they can't trust you.
Right.
And you don't even have a job. Can't even get a job. You can, but you don't want to put in the time, or you don't want to work for walk a mile, 2 miles.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be no pain, no gain. Everything takes hard work and you got to be hungry and do whatever it takes to get to your goals and then live a good life, peaceful life, loving life. And anything's possible. That's what I would, tell them. I don't know. I think I told them too many things, but it was all the things.
That's great.
All those good things that I did, people that I see that I try to do, and I
well, you
try to
did
stay
well.
on that path. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on today.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you for your invitation. Thank you for being here. I mean, it was very grateful to be here with Trevor, and thank you for this great thing that you have going on here is a podcast. And,
awesome.
And I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
It's good to meet you, man.
Yeah. Same here. Pleasure.